The state of WWE is in shambles, and let's explain why. First of all, you have a crybaby in head of office for creative.
We want to do what we do, 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 what we do. That's what we do.
Yada, yada, yada. So, what happens when you have a crybaby in creative? He deals in other crybabies. For example, Jey Uso. Jey Uso, who will cry on Instagram. First of all, let's talk about Jey Uso for a second, really quick, okay? Because I have a bunch of things that I need to talk about in the discussions of wrestling and WWE as a whole. Jey Uso is a crybaby, all right? He's a 40-year-old baby, and that's why Triple H likes him so much, because he sees himself in Jey Uso. And there's other crybabies that I will talk about. We're going to talk about Jey Uso first. Jey Uso is online all the time, seeing people dislike his performance as a performer, right? And his excuse, his thing is what they say: shut up and enjoy the show. Just enjoy the show. How can we enjoy the show if you're garbage in the show? And they're like, well, the live audience is yeeting with me. The reason why the live audience is yeeting with you is because they paid their money to be there. They got to have fun in some type of way. But I promise you this. If they are at home watching you on TV, they are not yeeting. All right. I promise you, me at home watching you on Netflix and such, I'm not yeeting with you because I don't want to see that crap. But if I'm live and if my friends are going, I'm going to go, because I don't want to be a sour pucket in the show live. All right. I'm going to try my best to have fun because I paid money to have fun in that show, even though the show is garbage. All right. He'll get online and say something. I know y'all mad. I know y'all hate me. Don't be tight. I'm going to win this match. Like, stop being a baby. You're a 40-year-old baby, bro. Speaking of babies, let's talk about Rhea Ripley. All right. Rhea Ripley went online. They said Rhea Ripley would survive the Attitude Era. Let's talk about that live for a hot minute, okay? They said that Rhea Ripley would sustain herself in the Attitude Era, but she can't even handle a tweet that Jade Cargill said to her. You want to know why? This is my take. I believe that Rhea Ripley has had some sexual relations with Triple H is why she's getting the way she is. Because it's not fair. The way they treat Jade Cargill compared to Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley is always for some reason, she just ends up in the main event of WrestleMania. Like, why? She can't cut a good promo. She's been irrelevant since leaving Dominic Mysterio's side, all right? And the only thing she does is pander to her gooning audience and her lesbian audience. She gay baits. She goon baits and she gay baits, all right? And then, it's so annoying. There's a bunch of crybabies. And then Cody Rhodes, who will openly cry on TV. Shout out to C-Jax. I respect you. I love you. I need you. I love you. I respect you. I respect you. I love that guy, C-Jax. Shout out to C-Jax, bro. But Cody Rhodes, another crybaby. I will give Cody this. Cody can take heat. I will give Cody that. He can take heat. But imagine if, I know Dwayne, The Rock and John Cena, they had their little tidbit on Twitter. But imagine if the once in a lifetime match, right? Imagine if their whole feud was only based on Twitter. And then we go to the WrestleMania match. We didn't get no promo live segments. We didn't get John Cena cooking The Rock, making The Rock stutter and all that stuff. All this interaction just happened on Twitter. And then they will to WrestleMania and wrestled. How would anybody feel about that? Exactly. We'd have been like, what is this? This is garbage. That's what the state... I'm going to say this. I've been saying this for a couple years now. When I played WWE 2K23, right? I played the Road to WrestleMania version of that game. And I saw how lazy it was. Like, there was no story. Everything was being built on Twitter. I was like, this is going to be the state of WWE. Feuds are going to be built on Twitter. Not actually at the show that people pay for. Not at house shows. Not even at house shows. They're going to be built on Twitter. I knew it. And this is exactly where it is now. And then people like to say, oh, it's a work. It's a work. It's a work. If it's actually a work, if you can't build a story without breaking that wall between the audience and the show, then you're not a good storyteller. That means you're bad at your job at creative. You can't create a story without and then A lot of things they like to do, they like to blame the fans. It's the fans' fault. The fans don't know how to just sit down and enjoy the show. You're not gonna keep serving me crap and I'm gonna eat it. Like I don't eat crap. I don't like crap. Okay, I'm not a fan of crap. I'm not gonna sit there and enjoy crap. That's not gonna happen. All right, I'm gonna say that's crap on a plate. Take that away from me and go give me some. I'd rather eat noodles. Give me some ramen noodles and I'm gonna call it a day. All right, that's what the state of WWE is. All right. Now everyone's attacking Jade Cargill. Good. Let me start on Nia Jax and Chelsea Green sending shots at Jade Cargill because they inserted themselves into the situation because they knew that they will never be in that kind of spotlight. It's jealousy. I know jealousy when I see it, especially between women. I know jealousy when I see it. They are jealous of Jade Cargill because Jade Cargill is the type of person I think she gets her job done and she just goes home. Like I don't think she sticks around with the girlies. I don't think she just does what she does and goes home. And this is the thing. They like to shit on Jade Cargill a lot, but the funniest thing is that they can't compare to Jade Cargill because none of them look like Jade Cargill. She's the best looking women's wrestler that we've seen in a very long time. And they know that if she leaves WWE, she does not need WWE because she's phenomenal. She can pursue a career in anything. You're not going to see Nia Jax anywhere. You're not going to see Chelsea Green anywhere other than WWE. This is all they got. That's all they got. All right? That's all they got. And now the WWE it's turned into this crybaby scene. Like all the real people are gone. It's turned into just a bunch of Phil, whatever his name, Phil Brooks. What's his last name? CM Punk, corporate man Punk, crybaby Punk. All right, he literally like, bro. Let's talk about it. CM Punk never wanted change. CM Punk never wanted change. CM Punk just wanted to be center of attention. He didn't care how, like, he's not going to acknowledge how washed he is in a ring. He's not going to acknowledge how he can't keep up. He just always wanted to be center of attention. That's all he wanted. He never wanted to give people a chance, to raise the roof. Because if he really wanted to raise the roof, I would say challenge yourself. Give yourself a story with Austin Theory and raise him up because he needs it. He has all the potential in the world, but he doesn't have the shit. He doesn't have the shit yet. He needs the shit. Give him the shit. Challenge yourself. But CM Punk is not going to do that because that's not going to put him in the center of attention. Also, all CM Punk wants is center of attention. And his wife, oh my gosh, his failed author wife can't cut a promo to save her life. She cannot cut a promo to save her life. Oh my God, she can't do it. She is terrible on the mic. She says something cringy and then does a 15-second pause, and then the bot fans will be like, you deserve it. Everybody deserves everything in that show. The fans are also a part of the problem when they're not like, they need to start telling the truth in that live audience. If you're sitting there telling everybody that they deserve something, they really will think in their mind that they deserve it. AJ Lee, who said she'd never come back to wrestle, she realized that she's not a good author. She realized that she sucks at all her side projects and came back for the money. That's just all it is. She came back for the money. And it's true. CM Punk, who said he'd never come back, he said, you go to the other side and main event a buy one, get one free 3-night main event extravaganza and come back. I'll still be here and yada, yada, yada. And look where he's at now. That man, he's not the man that said he was the voice of the voiceless, the rebel. He is, see, I'm never going to forget that John Cena promo of him. John Cena pipe bomb on CM Punk because everything he said was true. All right. And CM Punk knows it. CM Punk is a hypocrite. All right. He's a yellow teeth hypocrite. The WWE is built on babies because it's ran by a baby. All right. And it's so weird. And it's so weird that like Triple H will literally tell us, the fans, to F off. And people will still defend him. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. It's a weird process, and something needs to change. Something needs to be done. And I partially also blame The Rock because he's like, if he cared enough, he would fix this company if he cared enough. But he's bigger than WWE, and that's the reality of it. So he doesn't really need the WWE. Okay? So that's a gripe in itself. This company is going down the toilet because no one is man enough or woman enough to step up and say, hey, we need a change. Instead, the performers will sit there and act like it's high school. It's like you're watching a high school drama, bro. It's so annoying. Like, this isn't like, just imagine if Stone Cold gets on Twitter and start tweeting when him and The Rock was having their beef of the century, and then like he gets on Twitter and Stone Cold starts tweeting. Why would I take any wrestler today seriously when I see them like they're supposed to be quote unquote larger than life? They're supposed to be like phenomenons, like, you know what I mean? But they're tweeting and blocking people and getting emotional on their Insta story like a regular person. Why would I take them seriously? You know what I mean? Like they're regular people. Because one another thing is like today's WWE, like they also are they have their money set. Like they're getting their bank. Back then you had to grind for it. Not even like 12 years ago. You had to put on a show to get that money. You know what I mean? You had to work for it. But now they don't have to work for it. So now they just go give us subpar nonsense. Rhea Ripley gets to she only has to wrestle 34 matches every 3 years because she's the boss's favorite. He goes in, hugs her, sniff her hair, and because again, I love C Jax, man. And goes in like, Rhea, come here, you gotta get rid of that anxiety. You gotta like, come here, let me sniff your hair. You know what I mean? You're gonna be okay. You're a star. I respect you. I love C Jax, man. He's the best at explaining all of this. All right. I'm just so tired of like it's not what I grew up with. This show is not what I grew up with, and I keep trying to give it a chance over and over. Drew McIntyre, like, is also a person where like you keep having hope for him, but at the end of the day, he knows deep down he's already getting his check, so he's not gonna try as hard. This show doesn't make any sense. Why would your WWE champion not be? Why would you not want your WWE champion to be on the show? Why is the general manager kicking your WWE champion out of the show? Why can't he be at the show? The story, none of it makes sense. It's stupid, man. It's stupid. But man, I have more to say. But this is just my first rant. So, you know, yeah. All right. There'll be more later. See you guys. Have a good one.